What is going on, my Baka fam? There's no one hashtag Baka man of the Baka family here. Um, Now, I believe 2 days ago, I asked if y'all wanted, what if Deku had senses powers, or what if Naruto had senses powers, to just leave a comment below. So, 2 days ago, I had one comment for what if Deku has sense, and today I just got a comment from, let's check. Uh, do out the way. Fuck. Where am I at? Yeah, now I go by 00. What if Naruto had sense? So, because I got Deku one first and it was older, I'm gonna do that first. And I'm gonna, since I actually have time, I think I can do the what if Naruto had senses powers. And for Naruto, I'm gonna do some a bit unique for senses powers. So, yeah, that's a big bonus right there. So, all right, let's get on with the what if Deku had senses powers. So, let's just start this off with shall it be no? It's gonna be a mutation. And how's it gonna be a mutation? Well, Deku's not human. Let's just say that. He ain't human. Nor is this gonna be a hero series. It's not gonna be a villain series either, so it's just gonna be right there, smack dab in the middle. Because, as we all know, Sense is not that much of a hero. He literally waits for everyone to die before he takes action. And even then, he's not really a villain either, because he takes action at the end. So he's literally right there in the middle. So, now, how am I gonna put this without it being like dark? I'll scratch that. Let's make it dark. So, Izuku Midoriya is born. Our good old lovable, cutty, chubby-faced, innocent Cinderella. Ay. I don't know how you can corrupt that character without feeling some type of sin crawling on your back. But anyways, yeah. Izuku Midoriya was born on day X at X time, X year. Why am I saying X? I don't know the year, and if I make up the year, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna throw myself off later. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Or we could just say year 2020. Odd month. Fuck. What? January, I guess? July? December? Fuck. I don't know. No, I think it was probably spring, so March through April will seem about right. So let's say April. So we got the month, the year, what day? I'm gonna just say the 12th, just cause why not? It's not like we actually get any sort of information on our boy's birthday, unless you freaking search it up, which I haven't done, cause, well, too lazy to do so. Alright, so, now, the year is April 12th of 2020. Of 2020. Izuku Midoriya was born at said hospital at said time. Now, as soon as our boy was born, the doctor that was handling Izuku was apparently a klutz. And I don't know why the hospital would hire a klutz, but they did. And the doctor dropped said baby. And now remember, this is why this court's gonna be a mutation. When Izuku hits the ground, he dies. He died. it's just dead. Inko was screaming to the top of her lungs. I'm pretty sure she shattered a couple windows. That doctor was fired soon after. And child with murder. Uh-huh. And well, not not even the entire hour has passed, and they were already like burying the child. So yeah, poor Zuko's gonna be like alone. Because I mean, how would you feel if you had like a skeleton that says he was your child walk inside your house? At the same time, no what? No. No, no, no. Retcon that. Retcon all that. Scratch that. Bottle up, throw it out the window. We're not doing that. No, 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 no. I just had a better idea. A much, much better idea. So, as Izuku was born, handed to his mother, tears of joy, all the lovey-dovey stuff happens. 5 years later, it is now year 2022 of April 12th, meaning Izuku had just turned 5. And I believe it was that age when all kids start developing their quirks. Now, when Izuku went to the when Izuku and his mother went to the hospital to see what his quirk was, the doctor said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but your child was born, well, quirkless." How is he quirkless, some of you may ask? He hasn't met the requirements for his mutation to take place yet. And why would I make him a skeleton? Because I want to, and because it fits. It fits. I don't think I've like seen anyone else make Izuku a skeleton. I don't think. I hope not. Anyways. So, yeah. I'm gonna make Inko a huge ass this go around. And so, upon hearing that her child, in quotations, was quirkless, she's like, "You are not my son. No more." It was like, but mom, we've been together for like 5 years. In other words, his entire life. And Inko was like, yeah, "I don't care. Come on, we're going home." And when I say home, I mean like to like the middle of nowhere, where she then just kicks him out the car and drives off. Izuku would try running towards. No. Scratch that. We're gonna drop him off at the tunnel where the sludge villain attacks Deku when he's like 15 or 12, one of the two. Yeah, I was 15. And she drives off right then and there. Now, Zuko's pretty much like just at this point he doesn't know where his home is. Like he's still a child. He doesn't have big brain power yet. And since he's not inherently smart, he studies a lot. So that's another thing most YouTubers get wrong. Sans is not just inherently smart. He studies a lot. He has a lot of books on science and quantum physics and timelines, which is why he has tricks and pretty much knows ways to remember certain timelines when resets happen. Fox, what you doing? Go, get out of here. You're in the wrong room. Go. Sorry about that, my dog's blind. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure Deku studies a lot, as much as possible at least. So that being said, Izuku, being, well, legit only 5 years old, will just crawl up in, like, on the side of the wall of the, tunnel. Where and I don't know why, but for plot convenience, let's just say there's a scientist that happens to be like walking down the exact tunnel trying to figure stuff out and get as well as get home when he or she, whichever y'all prefer, sees the small child. Now, Izuku is no longer Midoriya or Izuku because, well, his mom pretty much took away both names, so Izuku's just no name now. Like, if y'all thought the level of this only wiped out your last name, Inko had pushed that up a couple notches. Izuku was now no longer no longer had a family, and no longer had a name in general. So yeah. Now, this doctor, let's call them WD for now. For now, at least. Unless y'all have a better name. So, WD Doctor for the time being. I don't want to say Gaster, because, well... No, the scientist name will be Wingding, and their last name is going to be Gaster. So, yeah. And I'm going to have that be something special later, because, well, y'all just see when the time comes. Anyways, back to the story. The doctor sees this kid, and the doctor asks the kid what his name is, and, well, our boy Deku is like, I have no name, sir and or ma'am. I honestly don't want to gender this one, not unless y'all want me to, and if y'all do want me to, what gender, honestly? Anyways. Now, the doctor's the scientist be like, kid, why don't you have a family? And he's like, it's because and starts crying. And, well, the doctor's now conflicted because who could turn away an innocent cinema roll like that? Honestly, who? You have to be truly heartless to be able to just turn away a crying cinnamon bun like that. So, the doctor's like, all right, kid, come on, I'm take you home. I'm gonna take you home with me. And he's like, are you sure about that, sir? Would you want a corpus nobody like me to be your, well, child? Kid? I thought it was son? Whatever? The scientist's like, how about this? I'm gonna just call you my apprentice. How about that, kid? Deku would then get this giant grin, and his eyes would now shine with the brightest of stars. Probably light up the goddamn tunnel while he's at it. Honestly, has nobody noticed that when Deku when Deku as a child smiled, his smile friggin' lit up everything. Gee golly. Who said the kid didn't have a quirk? Maybe his quirk's called fucking Flash. God dang. Anyways. Alright. I'm dying. Okay. Now, the doctor would, say that he should give him a name because he doesn't want to call, well, Deku kid all the time. So, for plot convenience, he's going to name him Deku Sans Gaster. Yes, I did that. Deku Sans Gaster. Hate my life. That's his name now. And, well, Deku would remember that, his nickname that Bakugo gave him means useless, but the scientist would say, but that name also has another meaning. Deku would look at the doctor and saying, what is it? And he would say, "You could do anything." That would brighten up Deku's life. And that also gives me a reason to keep calling him Deku. Yay! Because I can't keep flipping over from Sans to Deku to used to be Izuku all the time, because I would just end up calling him Deku to be fair. His hero name's gonna be fucking Sans, but no, not hero, but vigilante name's gonna be fucking Sans, but who cares at this point? Anyways, on with the story. The doctor picks up Deku, seeing as, well, his legs are pretty bruised up at the moment. I mean, he has been... Well, he fought cats, to be fair, for food, so his legs are all scratched up. His arms are scratched up. He has bite marks from a dog that tried to steal whatever he had to eat. And then there were some friggin' thugs that tried to mug the kid. And, well, all they ended up taking was his shoes. So, yeah. Now, let me give y'all a description of Deku. At this point, his green, messy hair is dirty. He has bruises and, well, dirt skids all on his face. One of his eyes is like damaged beyond repair, so like he now has one eye. One of the thugs was psychotic and had ended up cutting a smile on his face. So yeah, that happened. Like I said, he had scratch marks all on his arms, as well as like bruises showing up. Half of his shirt's missing. As for his legs, well, let's just say there's like so much scratches on them that he probably won't really be able to walk for a couple days. And like I said, he's missing shoes. That's your boy's description at this point in time. Yeah, he's been fine for survival for a good 5 hours. And he's only 5, so he's not going to be strong enough to actually defend himself. And he hasn't met the requirements to be able to use this quirk yet. So right now, when he really needed a hero, he's not really getting a hero. Nobody's really being there to save him right now, except for the scientist here. So yeah, that's at that point Deku's entire vision of heroes is like belly flopped. And well, he's not going to be a villain because he doesn't want to be a villain. Now, as soon as like when the doctor gets home, well, as soon as Deku and the scientist gets to the scientist's house, Deku sees all these weird gizmos and gadgets falling about. He sees a desk with chemicals and like reports, notes, a computer that has documents and like other important stuff open. Deku at this point in time doesn't understand any of this shit. He's like, awesome, this place is really cool. Scientist is like, yeah, it is cool if you know what to do with it. And Deku like looks at the scientist like, what? The scientist is like, nothing, kid. Anyways, what happened to your eye, Deku? Looks away quietly, trying not to remember the psychotic thug. And the doctor looked closely. He's like, oh, you also have... this will not do at all. The doctor then tries to gets a first aid kit and bandages up the size of his mouth, and then puts like an eye patch over his eye for the time being. Cause, well, when I say his eye's like severe damage, I mean his eye's gone. Like, you open up the eyelid and you don't see anything there. There's no iris, there's no scalus. Nope, that entire eye is gone. So yeah. The doctor's like, the scientist be like, dang kid, this happened to you in 5 hours? That's some tough luck. No, seriously, that is some very tough luck. Alright. The scientist be like, alright. Well then, kid. I guess. No. The scientist would want Deku to have like a good life ahead of him, so he would go ahead and start trying to like get him started on studying, but it's like way too late in the night, and the kids already had like a long night as is, so he tells Deku to just go to the go take a shower and just go to bed, because I don't know, maybe he has like extra clothes for him somewhere. Maybe. If he doesn't, just gives him a t-shirt. Probably some shorts that'll fit him. Probably. I mean, it's a 5-year-old kid. If you don't have 5-year-old kid clothing, just improvise. That's all I can say. Anyways. At this point, the next morning, the scientist would wake Deku up. And Deku would be like, what's up? What happened? Where am I? And the scientist would be like, kid, you're home. So come on, Deku. Come downstairs, eat breakfast, and we'll begin your studying. Deku's like, studying? Am I going to school? And the doctor's like, somewhat. You're being homeschooled for the time being. And the scientist would also say, and until I am frick, what's the word? God dang it. I hate it when this happens. You have a word and it's just like slips from you. God damn. Contempt, that's it. Fuck. Scientists would be like, and until I'm content with your studies and how much knowledge you've gained from it, I will not be allowing you to go to school until then, alright? He's like, okay. So, what am I studying? Doctor would drop down a book on quantum physics right in front of him. Deku. What's that word? The scientist would be like, oh, we're gonna have a long day. And because Izuku was because Deku was always smart, he absorbed what WD was teaching him. So So Izuku his knowledge is already about half that of Sansa's. No, scratch that. It's already about 25% of Sansa's. So no. Alright. Now, by the day's end, Deku was like, I'm so tired. And the scientist, WD, would be like, alright, kid. Well then, it's time for training. They'd be like, what? Come on, kid. I ain't gonna, like, I'm not gonna, have you become smart and not be able to defend yourself. You have to, like, be able to defend yourself in case I'm gone. And, well, let's just say he has, like, a little simulation room. Now, Sans has, and, no, not Sans, fuck! Deku! Fuck! Deku. God damn it, me. God damn it. Deku would be in this virtual reality, room, where each simulation he goes through tests him physically, endurance-wise, stamina, um, strength, intelligence, the how to think on his feet, reaction time, all that good stuff. Now, during all these tests, he sees that Deku's rather quick on his feet. He can dodge, throw quick attacks, like quick jabs at people. But his strength and dexterity is like pathetic. Like he gets hit once and he gets sent, and he's like on his knees, gasping for air, almost like can't breathe. So WD would have Deku train on his endurance, but now this is where some of you are gonna hate me, but because his mom abandoned him at the age of 5, left him to fend for himself that entire night when he had nothing to eat, got beaten up and all that good stuff. He got wounds that couldn't be tended to quickly enough. He has got a type of illness. I'm gonna call it the Itachi illness, meaning he's slowly dying, but he's not dying at the same time. You get it? So the doctor, he notices this illness and tries to find a way to like cure it, because her it may have been only a few days, but he's already like felt that Deku here was it helicopter's son. You know what? I'm gonna just call wingding him. If I don't, I'm just gonna make myself go insane. And I don't want to go insane. I'm already insane enough. Last thing I need is to become even more insane. And my dog wants to go outdoors. Yay. Anyways. Weeks, days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and years turned into decades. And, only 2 years have passed. Deku is now 7 at this point. And the doctor couldn't find anything to cure this illness. But he noticed that, because of this illness, Deku's stamina is, like, much, much lower than it should have been. And his, dexterity is, like, just shit now. If he gets hit once, he's dead. If people look at him breathe the wrong, like, just look at him the wrong type of way, he's gonna, like, feel it because he's that frail now. He's eating healthy, working out, and studying. It's just that sickness of his is what's really damaging him, not much. It was at this point that, Gaster had the idea. He was going to do something he was going to regret. So, the next day comes. Gaster had called Izuku to, his office. And asked Izuku to sit down on his, experimentation chair. Nigga's like, what is this about? And, Dick would be like, what is this about, Dad? And Gaster's like, he's regretting everything he's about to do right now. The kid has so much trust in him. Deku looks up to Gaster at this point in time. Gaster is his pillar for support. So, you all know how difficult this is for this Gaster to do to his kid, even if he is adoptive. Gaster chloroforms Deku, knocks him out, and he starts injecting different types of serums into his body, seeing how they will react to the sickness. And each time he does that, he sees that Deku's heart rate's just getting lower and lower. Gaster praying to a god, and let's just be fair. The only reason science exists is because humanity has no faith. Like, seriously. I believe no. It was alchemy that was something that goes against God. Whatever. God dang it. Science is a term to research for answers for the unknown, I believe. I forget. God damn it. Hold up. Bone dude, don't use that. Definition of science. Okay. Yes, that's the friggin' explanation I was trying to give, but been like messing up on severely so. Anyways, now that we got that out the way, okay, gotta be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Okay. Now, seeing Deku's heart rate go down slower and just like lower, the doctor is like, well, not doctor, but scientist is like panicking. He's like, this was my only shot to help my kid. What do I do now? God damn it! None of the medicine I've been working on works. Shit. What am I gonna do? The doctor was just panicking, left, right, up, down. Hell, he even stopped some of his previous projects just to start this cure for his kid. He couldn't. Not only was this cure like technically incurable, but he was killing his son in the process. He didn't want Deku to die. Not while he had anything to say about it, so. And this right here is where his mutation comes into effect. And also, is also where he also remembers Gaster when no one else does. Now, let's just say Gaster was like the number 4 hero because, well, I don't know who the number 4 hero is and I don't really care. Only reason he's the number 4 is because he was the smartest human with no quirk in existence. Well, second only to Nezu, but Nezu didn't really become a hero. He was a principal. So, people know about Gaster, but not anymore. Not after what he does for his son, which also affects his mutation. Now, Gaster, since he, at this time, was the only one with the technology to transfer souls and actually figure out how to manipulate soul like magic. Now, Gaster's quirk is to be able to, not manipulate bones, but, manipulate coding. Like computers. He can manipulate computers and all that stuff. He's not the number 4 hero in terms of combat, but in terms of, gaining information and being able to start up surprise attacks against villains and stop them before they even start. That's why Gaster was the number 4 hero. He was able to stop crimes before they start. Now, Gaster hooks sends up to the extractor. As we all know, the DT extractor, what that is, how it extracts a human soul trait as a soul, removes it from the vessel. As the vessel dies, the soul still lives, and it can be implanted into another. Yeah. He doesn't extract Deku's soul, but he extracts his own. and like before his body gives out, because well he needs, his soul needs to be in his body to sustain it. He puts it inside Deku, which no. Yet fucking. Sorry for that cut. I had a call come in, so I had to answer it real quick. Anyways, Dick, yeah, cause Deku's still pretty much dies as soon as Gaster's soul gets implemented in him. So they both pretty much died at the exact same time, but Deku has two souls in him, so those two souls merge into one, giving his body enough life force to, well, have a skeleton move, because the rest of his skin pretty much just flat out malfunctioned and melted. His skin, flesh, veins, organs, all that stuff just melted right off him. And now, Izuku was reborn, but this time as a skeleton. Now, let's put this in Deku's point of view. As soon as he walks into his new father's like office and just sits down in his chair, he gets knocked out. Like, he hears all this gadgets and gizmos going down, and well, he feels himself fading, like going into this deep eternal rest. Then, out of nowhere, he feels like this burst, this like other entity just like hop inside his body, and well, the two energies, they didn't want to cooperate, but they had to find common ground. And then all went white. Moments later, Vision comes back and he sees the office in like shambles. Like as if like somebody's been trying to trying to do something so desperately in their life that they just didn't have enough time to think ahead of time, really. And when Deku looks down, he looks at his hands and he sees these he sees his bony hands, like they're actual bones. He's like, what the hell happened to me? He looks down and sees like a puddle of flesh and blood, and well, he wants to vomit, but he can't because he has no organs. He has no stomach to puke up whatever he ate. And then he looks to the left and he sees his dead father. And what seems to be a picture in his hand. Deku, he still feels emotions because he still has a soul, obviously, but he starts crying. He's like, "Dad, please don't die on me." Tries to shake Gaster, but Gaster's just limp. I know this is heavy, but it's the only way I can fit Sans' character as a whole into the series. Because Sans, as we all know, he smiles a lot, but that smile ain't really a smile. It's a fake smile. He smiles like that for his brother, obviously, but jeez. Like, come on. How strong do you have to be to keep acting happy for the happiness of another person? How strong do you have to be? Anyways. Deku then picks up the note in his hand that says, "Don't forget." On the back. When he turns it around, he sees the picture of him and his father. Well, adoptive father. Deku would just hold the picture up close to his ribcage. Because he no longer has a chest, fucking obviously, but I'm not saying anything. And then he would, like, walk out the office. Deku plans on telling, well, He plans on telling the cops, but if he did, then well, they would really think he's the villain because he's just a skeleton. Nobody's gonna believe a talking skeleton. Let's just be fair. First thing they're gonna do is attack. Think later. Anyways, Neku's like, my father was the number fourth hero. What's the media gonna do if they don't see him for a while? Then, well, as soon as he turns on the news, though, instead of running thing about that, as the moment he turns on the news, everybody, like, they say the number four hero, ba-da-ba-da-ba, number four hero. I think number six hero was someone with a dragon quirk, so I think there's a dragon. Let's just say the number four hero was let's just say the number four hero was like an elder dragon. An elder dragon is a dragon that is like stronger than any other dragon. Let's just say that. Let's just say that for now, because well, I don't feel like coming up with another hero. Another hero. That's somewhere on the same lines of Gaster, okay? God damn it. Fuck. No, what? Scratch that. Let's have Inko be the fourth hero because she got rid of Deku the moment she found out he doesn't have a quirk, so. Yeah. How about that? Let's have Inko be the fourth fucking hero. Let's have her be the hero. And that right there fuels his passion to not become a hero even more. But what his father did, also he now has like all the knowledge that Sans has about like science was at least. Science, math, reading, history, all that good stuff. He now has that knowledge like Sans has it. Backity back again. Jesus Christ. Anyways, now, like I said before, at this point in time, Deku has the knowledge of Sans, meaning he knows everything. He knows about the possibility of the universe he's in as being like only 1 out of a million, or it could be like the beginning to an endless amount of universes that could potentially be like his own, which also means he's also aware of other universes that, as far as he's concerned, have him being either a villain, a vigilante, or a reincarnation of someone. And at this point in time, he also knows that in this universe of his that he's going to be a vigilante because of how his mom treated him. And how his mom's now the number 4 hero, which his dad used to be. The woman that abandoned him and left him for dead is now the number 4 hero. Nah, after that, it's like, man, fuck being a hero. But then he thinks again because, well, since that's smart. If he's gonna want knowledge, and he also knows that doing hero stuff without a license is going to pretty much brand him as a villain, regardless. So, and he's not going to go to, he doesn't plan on going to UA, but he knows he's gonna have to eventually. So, Deku knows that he's a skeleton, but he's taking it quite well, actually. He's like, I knew I was gonna die sooner or later, but to think that my quirk was this. As he holds out his hand and sees the soul, he's like, what the f-? He's like, what the fuck, and jumps back. He's like, oh, okay, that's new. Don't think I was able to see that before. He holds out his hand again and his soul comes back. He looks at it. He's like, huh. This is interesting. Then he like examines his soul for a little bit. Then he sees like this menu saying he's saying Deku sans Gaster. Level 1 HP 1. Defense 1. Attack 1. And under his soul has a description. The easiest enemy can only deal 1 damage. And Deku's like, well, that's insulting. As he just, puts his soul back in his chest. He's like, that's very insulting. Even my soul's calling me weak. This is me. Ow. Anyways. So, after a while, Deku would realize that he's pretty much holding himself back, so he would realize at that moment that he's actually much stronger than he was before. That virus ain't really holding him down. Well, it is holding him down. It's what has his attack, defense, and HP be that low. He would realize that and check his soul again. He would look for any minuscule resonance of that virus. Then he would notice this purple little orb floating inside his soul. He would so that's the virus. I see. But at the same time, that purple little glowing orb starts turning visibly blue. And Deku this time's like, what? What is... Then the orb shoots straight into his eye socket. He's like, fuck! I didn't think I could feel pain, but I can. Why? And then the pain would quickly fade away as soon as possible. But he's like, ow. God, that's something I'm going to remember for a good bit. Anyways, he would look at the soul again. What used to be purple, now blue orb is gone. He's like, what? What's going on? I swear. Nigga's like, weirder and weirder it's happening by the minute. At first I was knocked out. Then I became a skeleton. My soul came out. Turns out it had some purple in it. That purple thing went blue and just flew straight into my eye socket. What is going on? Is there anything I'm missing right now? But he, like I said before, he's calm, collected. He's like, just think about it. Think about it. Well, don't think about it right now. I have things I need to do. So just think about it later. As he would walk out. Because, well, he's pretty much naked right now. He's just walking around like a goddamn skeleton. He needs to put some clothes on. So he walks to his room and he's like, I don't think any of these will fit me anymore. So he just grabs, some jogging pants, ties them tight enough so that they actually tie around his hip bones, puts on a t-shirt, and, well, because he couldn't find anything else to wear that'll cover, his arms, he decides to put on a coat. A coat with a hood big enough to hide his face. Even a little bit. So they only see his mouth. Or, well, his jaw, really. His jaw, mouth, whatever you call it. Whatever you call the skeleton mouth. God damn it. Well, anyways, at least he'll look somewhat like a human. At least he'll look somewhat like a human. Fox! Jesus Christ. Hold on. I'm back once again. My dog's been barking at the bloody door. And I could not focus. So, yeah. With his outfit now, the outfit he has right now is a green coat with a blue t-shirt and green jogging pants that covers his entire leg. And he has some blue shoes. Blue shoes. Blue sneakers. Yeah, blue sneakers. That's what he's wearing right now. And well, it's the best thing he could wear. And it's the only thing he can really wear because nothing else seems to fit him. And he knows he doesn't have to wash now because, well, he doesn't sweat anymore, per se. Don't know how San sweats, but he does. But let's just say he doesn't sweat. Not unless he's using his magic, which he doesn't know how to do yet. Now, Deku, he walks into the main room. He knows the cameras and stuff are on, because, well, he never bothered turning them off, but if someone comes in seeing him as a skeleton on the cameras, that's something he's not going to want to deal with. So, and when I say he left them on, I mean, the room he was in didn't have the main computer, so he has to go to his father's room, get to his computer, and put in a password to turn off the computers. Not computers, but, cameras. Anyways, Deku would, be walking around, and he would accidentally bump into his, father's desk. Seeing, well, some notes on souls and the soul's magic. No, not souls and its magic, but, on souls and soul traits. How to unlock the, human magic by flipping the soul into the open position. And the open position is like the soul upside down, but Deku's like, huh. When he pulls out the soul again, he sees that his soul is like in the open position. He's like, now that I think about it, how did that happen? He doesn't know how that happened, so he can't really complete his father's notes. So he lets his soul return back to his body, and well, he's gonna since his father doesn't need them anymore, he's not alive. He's going to take the notes and study them, and try to like find a way to finish his father's work in his stead, which is what he's really gonna do. So Deku's gonna be somewhat like Overhaul, working on his main goal, which is Overhaul's main goal was to rid the world of quirks and gain money in advance for like the cure to them and bullets to go against them. Deku, he's like Overhaul, but he's not like Overhaul. He's more like, I'm gonna do my own thing. If you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. Even if I do only deal 1 damage. Seriously, nobody can piss Sans off and live to tell the tale. Nobody. I'm telling you, if First didn't have determination, they would have been dead the moment they saw Sans. The moment. In that hall, with every single monster dead, just the moment they saw him, they'd be like just gone. No, there's no reset. Nuh-uh. Like, no way. Anyways. Okay. So, yeah. Deku takes the, Gaster's notes. He doesn't take them all, he just takes enough of them. The, notes that help explain his current predicament. Meaning, the notes on soul magic, no, not the notes on soul magic, but the notes on the, soul properties in general. The human notes on the human body and how the human body produces magic or absorbs it, and some notes on like the soul traits. So yeah, he just takes those notes for the time being, and when he gets to his father's room, he inputs the password that well, I can't really say because I personally don't really know it. So let's just make something up. Wingdings 068. That's the password. Wingdings 068. And boy, when I say he gets knowledge, I mean knowledge flies straight into his skull. Like literally. Numbers in like ones, like literally the computer's coding literally flies straight into Deku's head. Like literally. It imprints itself forcefully onto his head. Well, not onto his head, but inside his like skull. So now Deku has the knowledge of Gaster. Perfect. And he doesn't really know how to use magic yet. He still has to figure that out. Because Gaster himself, he's only like figured out bits and pieces. It's up to Deku to finish piecing them pieces together to be able to use his magic. His quirk is called skeleton. His magic is not a quirk. His magic is his magic. It's his soul. And if Aizawa can cut that off, then Deku's just a pile of bones. Which he's not, by the way. Because you can't turn off a soul. You just can't. It's literally, like, impossible to do so. Anyways. So, a couple of months pass since Gaster's passing. It seems that nobody really knows about Gaster. Except Deku. Some people think that, and yes, he does go out. He's gone out a few times before. He goes out a few times for like supplies. Even though he doesn't need to eat, he's like, for the memory, I'm gonna just do it. And when he does eat, he sees that the food, like, it doesn't just fall out of him and like disappears. He's like, this is weird. Alright. As a skeleton, and he writes down in notes, as a skeleton, when you eat food, apparently it turns into nothing. In which, if y'all know, in Undertale, monsters make food out of magic to recover HP and stamina. So, since Deku is technically now a monster, whatever he cooks with his hands is technically considered a magical food type of food. So whenever he eats it, it's going to disappear. But anyway. Now, the only reason I'm saying that as that logic is because, well, how else is he going to fucking eat? I mean, Sand drinks ketchup fucking all the time. I don't want him to just like drink ketchup all the time. I want him to eat something, alright? Y'all can yell at me all you want in the comics, but I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna do a redo of this later anyway. Anyway, okay. Now, we're gonna skip a couple years. Now, at this point, I had Deku be like 7. So 8 years have passed, really. And Deku is now, what, 15? Yeah, he's now 15. Now, he's walking back to his house under the, tunnel. Through the, tunnel to which his mom pretty much left him, and he first met Gaster. And he was just reconning like old memories. And at this point, he has pieced together how to use magic. It's just very difficult for him to do so because of his current condition with the virus and all that. But he's been getting better control at it. He can now throw up to like 80, 90, 100 bones per second now without being too tired. But it still costs a lot of stamina. And this Deku is going to be the Itachi of this universe as Itachi is to the Itachi of Naruto's universe. If that makes sense. In other words, He's going to be like on the villain. He's going to be spying on the villain side, giving information to the heroes, quote heroes, but he's not going to be helping the heroes. The only reason he's doing it is because, well, he wants to do good, but he just doesn't want to be a hero while he does that good. Anyways, at this point, Deku would sense something. He would sense malice. And he's like, that's weird. Didn't think I could do that before. As he would like jump out the way of a sludge of a sludge attack. Sludge villain would be like, hey kid, oh my god, you're a fucking skeleton. You're useless to me. And Deku's like, hey man, you attacked me first. What the hell? He just says with that iconic sad smile. And his eyes are just like on him. They're not black. He's not doing the Sans scary or anger face. He's just staring at him with the goofy grin. He's about to crack a pun before the soldier gonna say, "Don't say something you might regret, boy." Sensing the intentions behind Deku, Deku's like, "Oh, come on, man! Don't be so down in the glums." Oh, that was a bad one. God fucking me. Ugh. Fuck. I am so bad at puns, but they're so fucking lovely. God damn it. So you're gonna be like, the hell did you just say? Say, don't be so down in the glums, you slob. Sledgeman then just tries to flat out kill Deku. He's like, okay, this kid's starting to annoy me. He would just dodge. He's like, hey, did you really think I was just gonna stand there and take it? Sludge Villain, pissed, attacks again. You missed again, buddy. And he just keeps dodging. He's like, man, you are very sloppy. Throwing shots at the Sludge Villain. It's like, the Sludge Villain's like just about to burst an eye. He's like, you little. Then sends. Then Deku. Frick. Dang it. I know y'all know who I'm talking about, but gee golly. Ay. Deku holds his hand out. And, well, the Sludge Villain's soul turns blue. And it seems to be in the open position because the Sludge Villain's also a monster, technically. Okay, I'm gonna just put it like this. All mutation quirks are considered monsters. Because that's the only way I can, like, see the upside down soul affecting them. Alright, there we go. And the humans that have quirks, their souls are just gonna be, like, in the closed position, but with, like, an upside down soul inside of it. That's how I can see that working, okay? Now, as the Sludge Villain's soul turns blue, Deku just puts his hand downward, and the Sludge Villain just, like, starts becoming a puddle, and he can't move. So she was like, what the hell did you do to me, kid? And Deku be like, apparently you don't understand the gravity of this situation. Listen here, buddy. I am the one in control right now. You are just a puddle at this moment. I can evaporate you at any moment, but I choose not to. Now, as Deku's eyes become the serious, well, not serious, but like the okay, how about this? As his white pupils now disappear, leaving just the black holes, the black eye sockets. He's like, now, why the hell? And he brings out the scary voice. Why the hell are you attacking me? Sludge Villain is like, oh I pissed off the wrong kid this time. And he's like, the Sludge Villain's like, hey kid, we're both mutants. Why can we just talk something out? Deku's like, no. Explain why you just outright attacked me. Then I may let you live. Sludge Villain's like, wait, he said may. Kid, aren't you planning on being a hero or something? Deku, my dreams for heroes died a long time ago. And then, like, two white bones, they just, like, pop right beside him. And he's like, and says, like, tick tock fudge. I said it again. Deku is like, tick tock sludgy boy. So just like, okay, I was looking for a vessel so I could get away from this hero called All Might. Deku, the number one hero, Well, and the soldier's like, well, he's like, I assume you can't really get away now. Soldier's like, why? He's already here. What? What do you mean? Then the next moment later, you hear, I am here. Deku puts his hand back in his pocket, puts hood over his face, because, well, no one else knows he's the skeleton except for the sludge villain. And, well, sludge villain's blue soul returns to normal, and sludge villain tries to get away, and Almighty's like, ha, no you won't. Punches out of the sludge villain, turns him into a puddle. Again. He was already a puddle before. He was just conscious then. All Might would look at Deku's like, ha, kid. You must have a very powerful quirk to be able to hold off such a tricky villain like that. And Deku's like, it was no problem. All Might, kid, did you just make a? And they'd be like, yep, I did. I did. Always like, I'm about to facepalm so hard right now. And they're like, what up? Why you can't face the music? And Almighty's like, I'm done. I am grabbing the sludge villain and I'm leaving. Sen's like, yeah. I said Sen's again. God dang it. Deku's like, victory. Anyways, All Might would then pick up the sludge villain and it's about to leap off when Deku stops him. He's like, hold on, All Might. All Might would like turn around towards Deku. He's like, sorry kid, not now, I don't have time. Deku like turns his soul blue and is like, I can't move. What? And Deku's like, I said hold on, no man. All Might's like, you do know it's against law to use your quirk. And Deku's like, about that, this ain't a quirk. The only thing that is a quirk. Then he removes his hood, revealing his skeletal-like face. Almost like, what the fuck? And he's like, so that's why the sludge villain couldn't get you. You're not even alive. And he was like, yep, I'm not alive. But not being alive is a skeleton of fun. I know that was very bad. You guys can all yell at me later. Anyways, Almost like, all right, kid. Listen, I don't really have time. And he's like, yeah, I know, I can see. Almost like, you can see. Yes, it's a side effect of this. I can read people's souls. Almost like you can read people's souls. Yes. And I can see you are a good hero at heart, but you've also killed a few people in your life, have you? Almost like, kid, I can't be the symbol of peace if I've killed people. And Deku's like, then why is your love at 3? Almost like, love? Deku would be like, sorry. It's an acronym I made for LV, which is a... God damn it. Almost like, love? Deku's like, yeah, well, sorry if I didn't explain, but love is an acronym I made for level of violence. I have a short acronym for it, and I call it LV to be for short, to make it shorter than love, but, you know. Almost like, you can see people's levels? Deku's like, yes. So far, the highest one I've seen the highest level I've seen was, well, 20. To be fair, the highest one you've seen was 20. Yeah, and almost like, hmm, it could. Can you look at the level of this sludge villain here? It's like I already have when he was trying to attack me. His level is, if I remember, 6. Meaning he's killed a few people. Then Deku's white pupils go away again. And he gets serious. He's like, I was about to kill him. But the sins crawling on his back were more than enough to just weigh him down. When Deku said weigh, when Deku said wait, All Might realized what he meant by wait because he couldn't move. He's like, this kid, he's manipulating gravity. Yes, I had to put that there. And I hate myself for doing it. And I hate myself for trying to come up with stupid puns. Because I am so bad at them. I know they're supposed to come natural. But I'm not natural. I suck. Anyways. Now, All Might would then buff down. He's like, ah, crap. And then he's like, I knew it. You are weakened. All Might's like, what? How do you know that? Dex is like, I didn't. Now I do. I was like, wait, you tricked me? He's like, kinda. Then he puts All Might down because he sees that his soul manipulation is starting to affect his health when All Might was in that weakened form. Deku's like, so your battle with that guy known as All For One must have took a real toll on your body. I was like, how do you know about that? Deku says it was announced throughout everywhere on media. Everybody knows about the fight. All Might, oh yeah. Huh. Deku would then continue to facepalm. He's like, oh my, let me do. Nah, I'ma just here. He would then hit All Might like a burger. All Might would thank Deku for the burger because he was feeling rather hungry at the time. When he eats it, he feels his stamina and HP return, and he feels that injury that was on him heal slightly. And All Might's like, the hell? What you give me, kid? And Deku was like, it was food. I made it. I guess you could call it magical food. All Might's like, you have a healing quirk? Deku, no. You see, as he takes a bite out of a hot dog, and he lifts up his shirt, nothing falls out. All Might's like, what? Deku would then proceed to say, the food I make becomes magical. In other words, it recovers both health and stamina upon consumption. Meaning, in battles, if you eat this, you'll be able to continue fighting. Exactly. I was like, okay, kid, why are you telling me this? Deku, because I plan on attending UA sometime in the near future. And I want you to know that I want to be a hero with a little bit of malice inside that hero statement and help the community. Which he says with too much joy for one's own good. I'm always like, huh, well, I hope to see you at 1A, kid. As he would immediately buff up and leap with too much force. Per usual. Even Deku stopped him because he knew he was going to leap with too much force. But he still did it. And, well, let's just say the food he had didn't return too much stamina. Because it was a low-grade healing item, per se. So the moment he jumps, his time ran out again. So he lands on top of a building like in Canon and debuffs. Then he would realize that he jumped with too much force. So the villain fell out and bada beam, bada boom, explosions. I was like, fuck. And then he was like, yeah, I saw that one coming. As he would just like start walking towards where the explosion was. Now, he doesn't know how to use he knows how to use the shortcuts, but let's just say too many people, well, not too many people, there was like, no. Okay. He does take a shortcut. He walks back through the tunnel and just somehow ends up like in the middle of the crowd because, well, if nobody knows he's there, then it's technically considered a shortcut. Then Deku would be like pushing through the crowd and he would see like this, like the sludge villain yet again, but this time with a kid. Oh ho ho, when I say he got pissed. But at the same time, Deku's like, he's more calm, collected. He's not going to run out there like a absolute AWOL and go like scratching at the sludge villain trying to get Bakugo out of the explosion, out of the sludge explosion. Come on, me. And All Might's like debuffed, and as soon as he gets there, he sees the skeleton kid there. He's like, hey kid. Deku would look back, he's like, oh. Then Deku would like walk back there to All Might. He's like, All Might, what's up? All Might would be like, kid, you have another one of those foods so I can go help the kid out? Deku's like, sorry, the only one I had was the one I ate because, well, I was running on stamina. And the one you had, well, to be fair, I made that as tribute to a certain someone, but it seemed like you needed it. Almost like, dang it. Well, thanks anyway, kid. Do you think you can help the kid? And he's like, I can, but you know, with the whole about you can't use your court to save people type deal. Yeah. I plan on doing it anyway, but I plan on doing it without your approval. But since you're here, can I get your approval? I'm always like, yes. And he's like, sweet. Then he walks through the crowd again. He's like, all right, let's get this over with. As he just cracks his neck, pops his bone knuckles. Heroes are trying to stop him, but then they just like suddenly feel this sense of hopelessness. They're like, okay, stay away from that kid. Something bad's about to go down. Now, his smile gets big. And the sludge villain, he sensed this like sense of helplessness. He's like, who's there? Is that some like high level villain or high level hero? But he's like, I don't see All Might anywhere. Then he looks down and he sees the skeleton kid. He's like, oh shh. The next moment, dude, he's on the ground. Bakugo can get up because he's not affected by it. And Deku is like, hey, explosion boy, get to the crowd. I'm about to take out the trash. And Bakugo's like, jeez, what's this sense of power? And then, like, his eye, the eye that got the blue orb injected into it, it starts glowing, and the next thing you know, you see this giant dragon skull, like, appear right beside him. All the heroes are like, yeah, he's about to kill the sludge villain. And All Might hops in, he's like, hey. Deku then, like, his eye stops glowing. The giant dragon skull disappears. And remember when I said that Deku's gonna give his father's last name to a certain special attack whenever he figures out to use magic, or how his death is going to affect Deku to the point he's gonna call something gather him. Yeah, that's how the Gaster blasters were created, in this timeline at least. Now, Deku, his white pupils are still pretty much gone because he's like dead angry at the sludge villain. He plans on killing it, even in front of the pro heroes. But he's like, if I'm gonna get into UA, I can't kill the sludge villain, meaning I have to obey by the law. So he doesn't kill the. So yeah, sludge villain's just a puddle on the ground right now, and always like, hey kid, could you loosen up, because the ground around the sludge villain starts cracking, because Deku's just constantly increasing the pressure, because he's like, one way or another, I must somehow kill this guy. And so she was like, he can't even speak, because, well, literally his entire everything is just on the ground. So he's barely struggling out the words help, and that's where I'm gonna end this video. Alright, if y'all like this, please comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see y'all later. Toodles.